let's start our warm-up, ladies. Start to swing the arms, knees up. Welcome to Fab and Fit over 40 and beyond. I'm Rhoda. Let's get busy. Bring your knees up and twist to the front. We work on strength training, cardio, and abs, core, and balance on this channel. It's specifically for women over 40, arms forward and back, addressing issues that we face in that period of our lives. Squeezing the shoulders and back here. Today we have a beginner to advanced strength. And you might wonder how that is possible. Well, beginners, this is great because we're going to focus on form and really learning how to do basic movement. Advanced, you can hit pause right now, tap out and in, grab heavy dumbbells. My beginners, you're going to use what you have, lightweight or soup cans and water bottles to learn form. Advanced, we're going to lift heavy, arms up and down. I have my 10s, 15s, and 20s. If you have those options or whatever you do have, go ahead and grab them. I will show you how to double up dumbbells. If you only have one set, swing your arms here so that we can add that resistance. That's what this is all about for advanced. We're going to slow it down. We're going to take 30-second rests between each exercise. I want you to work towards failure. That means reach up and over. You might not finish the 40-second segment of exercise because you can't do another rep. That is failure. Beginners, you're going to focus on form, and that nice 30-second rest is going to give you an option to recover. So that is how we do advanced and beginner on the same workout. Any workout you can make more challenging by increasing your resistance. Now, we're going to start with a deadlift. Nice flat back, knees slightly bent, down to about a tabletop position. Drive through the heels, up, hips come forward, squeeze the glutes. I'm going to go ahead and grab my heavier weights here. I'm using my 20s. I'm going to really focus on keeping these dumbbells right against my legs as we go down. We come down to right below the kneecap. Right there. Drive through the heel, up, and squeeze. Nice and slow. Pull the tummy tight. Back remains flat. Think about pushing that weight through your heel. That's going to keep any pressure out of your knee. Pulling the belly button to the spine. Good, warm up here, warming up the legs, warming up the core because I want you to really hold that tummy tight. We're working the glutes, your bum, the back of the legs, and the lower back. Let's do one more. And bring it up. Nice work. Okay. We're going to go into an upper body move now. This is a back row. It works the lat muscle that comes up and down the side here. That bra hang area, right? You all know what that's like. I'm going to go ahead and use my chair. We're using it as if it were a bench. I'm going to stick with my heavy weight. It's a large muscle. Nice flat back. You're going to pull back towards your waist here. Nice and slow. Pull. Release. Pull. Same speed up as down. So nice slow release on this. That resistance down has been proven to really help women develop nice, long, lean, pretty muscles. I was leaning a little bit into my toes there. I'm going to drive that weight back into my heels, and it is getting heavy. Is yours getting heavy? I could probably do one more, and that would be a failure point. So that's really good. I should have shown you. If you want to increase weight, you have lighter weights. You can hold a dumbbell in your hand, cross the other one over, and grab it with your thumb. I've taken 10 pounds and made a 20-pound dumbbell there. So that's an option if you have 5s or 8s and you want to increase your resistance a little bit. All right, nice flat back. Weights in the heels, slight bend in the knees, pulling back to the waist. Move my knee out of the way there. Because we're working heavy or because we're beginners, we're going to go nice and slow here. Focus on good body position. Weight in the heels, knees are bent, hips do not move as you lift this weight. Back remains flat. Same speed up as down. And by the way, beginners, if you're just starting out and you're here and you're just learning to strength train, that's wonderful. That is wonderful. It's never too late to start picking up some dumbbells and doing strength training. Strength training is going to increase your lean muscle, and lean muscle burns calories. So I'm going to grab my 15s here. We got a rack squat. I'm going to put it up on my shoulders. Now, if your knees bother you, first of all, form toes out just a tad. If your knees bother you, watch this. You're going to activate and stand. Activate, stand. Otherwise, bring it down, drive through your heels, up, squeeze the glutes, down and up. If those toes are out a little bit, what you're going to find, that takes the forward pressure out of the knee. So by pushing those knees out at a bit of an angle here, you might find you can go a little deeper than you might have expected you could go. Squeeze the glutes at the top. Working the front of the leg and also working that bum. And rest. Good. I'm going to put the weight down. We're moving on to smaller muscles in the back and shoulder. I'm using my chair again. I'm going to grab my 10 pounds, and it's going to be hard. I call it making an I. We're going to come down just like we did for that back row, but the arm's going to come up overhead and down. So from where you're at on the chair, lift and lower. Ready? Or not? Here we go. Lift. See how hard that is? Lift. Take a break if you need to. Put your weight down if it gets too heavy. Gravity is resistance. So keep doing the move. Just take away the added resistance of the dumbbell. Remember, drive that weight through your heels. Keep those hips square. The only thing moving here is your arm. And of course the muscles in your upper shoulder in the back. Your upper back and the rear shoulder, I should say. Work in that area. Really like to look nice and not have that bra overhang. This is how to get that taken care of. All right, take a breath. Keep water going here. It's hard when you're lifting heavy. Your heart rate goes up. Your muscles are working really, really hard. So, my advanced, take a break, grab some water, and then we come right back into it. Form is flat back, knees are slightly bent, shoulders remain square to the floor, arm moves. So it's not lifting like that, okay? We're going straight up and down. Try and resist down. There's going to be a big pull on that dumbbell. Right here, resist. This one's tough. I knew it would be. I have 2 sets of dumbbells. This is my heavier set. I do have 2 30s. I don't have them out. We're not using those today. But I don't have anything lower than a 10 in this set. So that was challenging, but I didn't get to failures. So, you know, I mean, I probably would be 2 more reps and then really struggling. So truly the weight is appropriate. All right, I'm gonna go goblet style. Show you how to hold a weight goblet style. You have a light weight, you're just gonna hold it right here. Think about a goblet, pulling it right into your chest. We're gonna step out to a wide squat or watch the modification. You're not gonna go as deep. Toes are out to your right. Ready? Get low, drive it up, bring it in. Other side. Step out, down, and up, and in. Keep those toes out. Think about ballet positions, if you ever did ballet. Well, first position and a very wide second position here. Got a nice rest coming up, 40 seconds between circuits. Recovery time. Last one. And up, nice work. All right, put that weight down. Keep your head above your heart as you lift your weights if they're on your floor like mine. You don't want to be lowering your head below your heart. That pumping heart is going to pump blood up into your head, and that could end badly, so let's not do that. All right, back to our chair, back to our lighter weight. I'm going to sit in this chair, we're going to do a back fly. So we're finishing up that back, right around the spine. Now I'm going to turn to the side here just to show you form. Nice flat back, and our rounding hinging from the hip down, okay? So nice flat back. We're going to pull this weight up to the side, slight bend in the elbows as we do, so it's squeeze the back and down. And squeeze. I am looking about 2 feet in front of my toes. I'm not looking up at you, notice that? So don't look up at me, okay? Once you see the form, look a couple feet in front of your toes. That's going to keep your neck nice and aligned with your spine. So we're not adding any kind of tension on the vertebrae of the neck. Think about squeezing those shoulder blades together. And rest, good work. Alrighty, putting the weight down. We're going to use our chair. No dumbbells here. We're going to work the hamstrings directly. That's the back of the leg. We did do some hamstring work with that deadlift. And we're also going to work your core. We're going to hit a plank. So coming into a plank, if you need to bring your knees in a little farther, if you're just starting out, that is fine. We're going to curl the leg. Curl the leg. So from a plank, or with your feet in a little bit. Abs are tight. Working the upper body with this hold of the chair. If you're just starting out and you need a break, take a break and then hop back in with us, okay? This is all about curling that back of the leg. That hamstring muscle is contracting to make the back of the knee bend to bring that foot up. Keeping the rest of your body nice and still, okay? Good. Excellent. All right. On to the arms, biceps. I am going to grab a 15-pound. We have a concentration curl. All right. I may not get all of these with a 15, but that's the point of this. We really want to push ourselves. Elbow is right inside the thigh. Grab your upper arm. Nothing moves except the curl. Abs are tight here, okay? Here we go. Nice and slow, especially if you're lifting heavy. Curl it up. Squeeze the bicep, but keep that wrist neutral. So what I mean is you don't want to curl that wrist over, all right? That's going to pull too much tension on the wrist. Really focusing to make that bicep do the work. Squeeze that bicep at the top, right there, squeeze. Really focusing on that wrist though. Keeping that wrist in the same position at the top as it is at the bottom. Now let's talk about lifting heavy dumbbells. There is a myth. Those of you that have been with me for a while probably know exactly what I'm going to say. There's a myth that lifting heavy makes women look bulky, right? It does not. Lifting heavy makes you get results faster, okay? I don't think I have a bulky arm. I lift heavy, okay? So you're not gonna get that look that you see in your mind of that, you know, that big bodybuilder. All you're gonna do is get results faster. So don't be afraid of heavier dumbbells, okay? Here we go, other side. This one's my hard side, because I am a mirror image of you, so I'm on my right side right now. I happen to be left-handed, so my left arm is naturally stronger. So I'm gonna struggle through this with you. Ready? You're also, if you're, like most people, you're right-handed, right? And you're doing your weaker side with your left hand right now. Remember the safety cues on that wrist, really important, especially if you're holding a heavy dumbbell. You do not wanna roll that wrist over the top of the dumbbell at the top of the move. Almost there, I think I can do it. Oh, see, look, that would be it right there. That's failure. That's good. at failure, your muscles can't work anymore because they've shredded themselves enough. And that's what we're doing. We're shredding the muscles so it will heal. And when it heals, it will heal tighter, smaller, but stronger. So you get to the point where they've torn up, they can't do any more work. That's a good thing. All right, kick back with a single-legged squat, or you can take the squat out. We're going to just push that leg back. So come with me. If you're squatting into the heel, lift as high as you can to the back. Keep your foot flexed. Try to push towards the middle of your body a little bit. That's going to activate that inner thigh. Keeping the back flat. We're not rounding. So we're not rounding here and arching here. Back stays flat. Weight stays in that standing heel. Just don't bend the knee. If you need to take that squat out, because this knee is coming directly forward, right? And that can put too much pressure in your knee if you have joint issues there. But shake that out. Doesn't seem like a lot, right? That seems like, oh, that wasn't horrible. Glute work like that is very effective. We're holding that leg up and we're pushing back and we're really squeezing. We're pushing to the middle. We're activating that inner thigh. By keeping that foot flexed, we're really activating the entire back of the leg. So it's very effective, especially adding the single-legged squat on the other side if you're able to do that. So get your starting position, foot is flexed. Squat and press as high up as you can without lifting that hip. Hip stays square. Feel it. Oh my gosh. And 30-second rest. Awesome job. Let's just take a minute. We're going to keep the chair out for a very challenging move, but we're going to keep the chair out. Let's just stretch out that glute just a minute. You can kind of go like this, and then other side. Sort of move it in the direction opposite what it was just doing. Onto triceps. I told you arms. Back of the arms. You're going to scoot out and dip off the chair. Ready? Bum comes off. Elbows go straight back here. Modify. Go down, up, have a seat. Come out, down, up, have a seat. More advanced, you know what to do. Bring those feet out further. You can straighten your legs. Just makes a more gravity pull, right? So your gravity's pulling on your back of your calves, the back of your knees, back of your legs. So you've just increased the amount of resistance. Feet in a little bit, takes a little of that gravity pull off. See the difference? Elbows are pushing straight back though, and the back is staying right up and down along this chair. And up, and you have a 40-second rest. How about that? Pat yourself on the back, grab an elbow, stretch out that tricep. We're moving on to the mat. If you do not have the ability to go to the mat, don't go away. I'm gonna have that modification window with options to do in a standing or seated position for these next exercises. I'm going to start with my 10-pound dumbbells, okay? Sticking with those triceps, we are going to hinge from the waist and lift and up. As we come up, we're going to squeeze the glutes, okay? So hinge from the waist, flat back, lift, up and squeeze, lift. So a little different way of attacking the tricep, the back of the arm. This is heavy. Pulling the abs tight. Try not to round your back here, whether you're standing or on your knees. You want to have this bend be all at the waist. Lifting that weight straight back, gravity's pulling down on the head of the weight. And it's heavy. And good, okay. Put my weight down. I really don't need super heavy weight for this. We're going to do a halo from a kneeling position or a standing position, holding in front of the chest, up and around, And the weight is really a counterbalance to the way your hips move. It's all about the rotation in the hips, activating the entire core. Keep the weight right close to your chest here. We'll go over your right shoulder first and then back around. We're going to move our hips away from the dumbbell. Away and around. Away and around. Big arms here. Moving that weight farther away from the body in the back. Really pulling that you have to resist that gravity pull. And you're resisting with what? Your abs, your core, your obliques. That's your waistline. Keep going. Back the way we came. Finish this side. Good. All right. Nice work. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well with this workout. If you're just starting out and you're learning some new moves that you've in the proper form to do them, or that you're challenging yourself with heavy weights. We are on to a chest press. You're either going to do this seated or come down to the mat with me. Bring the feet right into the bum. Hold this as if it were a bar. I've got my 15s. Pushing my lower back to the mat, holding my abs tight, and press. Now think about having a bar. If you had a bar here, right, with barbell plates on the end, your hands are not going to move and slide on the bar as you do this, right? It's going to be straight up, straight down. Think about that with your dumbbells. I see it often, a lot of times people will come up and click their dumbbells. That really takes away from the chest. Straight up, resist down. Okay, straight up and resist. And good. All right, down to the lower body. I'm going to grab a 20. I'm going to do a glute bridge on the floor with weight. If you're on the chair, you won't be using a dumbbell. But you'll be sitting in the chair and then driving the hips up off the chair. Bringing my heels as far in as I possibly can. Now for form, I want you to push your knees together, all right, as we come up. Sometimes we'll go wide. This time I want you to push the knees together, okay? So push. You're going to feel the inner thigh activate and push. Drive it up as high as you can. Squeeze those glutes. So in other words, full range of motion. At the top, you can't go any higher than you're pushing. And you're pushing through your heels, okay? Push. Lower down. Same speed up as down. Beginners, that's something to really remember because there's a tendency to want to use momentum, kind of swing the weights. You want to control the lift and control the resistance down. So it's concentric and then eccentric. That's the technical terms for it. All right, putting that aside, going back to my dumbbells, 10s, I think. I have got I'm sorry, I don't. I have a push-up. My bad. Flip it arm over. I am going to be on my knees. If you're able to be on your toes, you do that. I had shoulder surgery. I'll never be on my toes again, but I can get a good push-up, just making sure my shoulders are right over my elbows and wrist. My abs are tight. My back remains as flat as possible. Neck is neutral, so I'm looking straight down at the mat. I'm not looking at my knees or between my hands. Resisting down and pressing up. Pulling the abs tight. Belly button to the spine. Push-ups are hard for women. We don't have the muscle development in our chest that men do. To do push-ups, our chest muscles are much smaller by design. So this is challenging, but this is how you get that nice lift in your chest. And I know we all want that, right? All right, good job. Whew, let's work out that chest. I'm gonna bring my dumbbells because I'm gonna knee down for the last exercise, which is a fly. I moved this final circuit around a little bit right before we started. Right now, we're gonna do a lower ab crunch. If you're on the chair, you're gonna pull the knees up, pull the tummy tight, and then tap the feet back on the floor. If you're with me, we're gonna crunch and kick. You ready? Roll it in, kick it out. I'm using my hands as a sort of a shelf under my lower bum. Keeps me from arching my back. Really push that back to the mat here. Make these abs work. My knees and my feet are together. Knees come out a little bit as I crunch in. I'm lifting the hips in the crunch, adding a little added work there. Almost there, I hope. There it is. Whew. All right, that burns, good. Okay, now going to my lighter weight of my heavy set, bringing those hips in, those heels in to your bum. We're gonna drive up in a glute bridge and hold it while we have the weight facing each other. Slight bend in the elbows, out to the side. Think about hugging a great big barrel as you come up to the top, and the weight does touch at the top, okay? So set yourself up, drive up. If you're seated, you're gonna do this leaning back a little bit to get that angle. Think about what you feel right now. This is coming across your pecs, across your chest muscles, but right up and under the breast area, right? So this helps lift that area. Over 40, we like that, right? I think we like that anytime, but we could really use help there over 40. Out and in here. Keep those hips driving up to the ceiling as high as you can. That's what we call an isometric hold on the lower body. Holding those muscles nice and tight in the position you want them to be in. How about that? You did it, you're done. So basic movement, basic moves, super challenging, right? Wherever we are in our exercise journey. Okay, let's come down to the mat for a stretch, or if you'd like a standing stretch, a bar is going to come across the top that you can click on. Unfortunately, on a television, it's really hard to find it, but if you can get to your iPad and click there, we'll give you a standing stretch, okay? I wish there was a better way. I wish YouTube would make it so that that bar, that link, would be shown, and maybe they will at some point. Let's kick the legs out. If you're on the floor with me, reach the hands high overhead. If you did the standing seated part of circuit 3, and you can get down on the floor for the stretch, come down and join us. Let's bring the knees into your chest, rocking back and forth on that lower back, upper glute area. Find any bubble wrap, anything that feels tight, and then you stay on that area and just kind of roll. This is like rolling out muscles. We're just using our body weight to do it. And I'm gonna put one foot down, other leg comes up. Flex your foot here. You're gonna feel really activate that hamstring. Although the foot is flexed, try and relax these muscles, okay? Let them relax. As they relax, blood flows through. What the blood is doing is it's bringing oxygen. Your muscles want that oxygen to heal. It's also picking up waste product that was made by that workout that you just did, lactic acid, among many other things. Bring the knee in, leg down. That is what would make you sore. Bring this across. Not saying you won't be sore, I know I will be. Reach away here, stretching out the chest. Relax into this. But you won't be as sore as you might be if you just walked away right now, okay? If you said, oh, I don't have time for this stretch. Stretching really is the beginning of recovery, and it really kickstarts your recovery. So get you a jump on it. Let's kick the legs out, arms overhead again, really big stretch, flex your feet. Reach, reach, reach over your head, stretching that ab area. And then we'll grab the other knee, bring it in, up, flex the foot. So recovery involves moving that blood through to pull out the waste product that was created from the muscle, using that oxygen, and it's like anything, like our bodies, we eat and we have a waste, right? Same thing. So that waste is in your muscles right now. We want to get it out because that's what is going to cause the soreness. Bring the knee in, leg down. By elongating these muscles, relaxing them, reach away, we've started that process. Now, keep going with that process, and the way to do that Lots and lots of water today, okay? Lots of water. That just thins out your blood, so your blood moves quicker, brings more oxygen to your muscles, and your pressure can stay lower. One more time, reach up. And then your third piece, roll on over. There are 4 pieces, truly. Roll on over. Your third piece, grab a foot here. Diet, okay? Cut out the sugars and cut out the processed foods, the processed flours. They retain hydration. So they're going to take the hydration that you're drinking to, increase your blood volume, and they're going to use it another way. Other side, they're going to store it in your muscles and your fat areas, because that's what is required to digest that processed food and sugar. So if we can eliminate that, then you're really being effective with your hydration, okay? Otherwise, that hydration, run up, hands and knees, round your back. That hydration isn't doing what we want it to do. Instead, it's causing inflammation, right? And that's where we get that inflammation around our waistline. It's where it likes to deposit itself. Flatten one more time, round the back. And flatten, we'll go toes in, knees out, rock back here, stretch those inner thighs. Bring the head down to the mat if you can, and then hands together like you're in prayer. Bring the hands behind your neck. Find where your body weight can come down on your elbows, and you're going to feel a nice stretch in the back of your arms. And come on up. Okay, so we talked about stretching. We talked about hydration. We talked about your diet. Number 4, we got to be getting rest, okay? We got to get rest. Ear to shoulder, that's how we heal. When you're at rest and when you're sleeping, you're not moving too much, and your body can really concentrate on taking care of itself, on it healing itself. We do that every night. Other side. Our body takes that time we're sleeping to regenerate itself. So if we don't sleep enough, we don't get enough regeneration, right? Head up. All right, I hope you enjoyed that workout. Please leave me comments. I love your comments. It really helps me connect with you. If you're new here, let me know that. If this was your first workout ever, let me know that. I'm proud of you. If you picked up heavy dumbbells for the first time, I'm proud of you. If you're advanced and you crushed it today, I'm proud of you too. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.